Today we're going to talk about the Agilent 2 kilowatt power supply, the non-system version, the 65 7X series, and how to convert it to a systems unit by using the 6950L S72 kit. For this video, for simplicity's sake, I've had the instrument open already so we can get an idea as to what is entailed with this particular product. Very, very important safety note or tip: there is a red LED inside the instrument, as you can see, that's for hazardous voltages. If that red LED is on, don't work on the instrument until that LED goes off. You must unplug the instrument from the line and turn the instrument off. It's a 230 volt instrument, so extreme caution should be taken. Next steps in the conversion of this instrument is to identify if the instrument has an isolator board or not. Early versions of the 65 7X series had isolator boards in them, and as you can see by this particular instrument, it has an isolator board in it. If there's an isolator board in this instrument, it is very important to replace the keypad from the front panel. If you've noticed the enter key, there's a step. That step is required, so if in case the rubber breaks or it comes loose, it can't come out of the chassis and a person can't get into the secondary circuits. If this part is not in with the kit and you have to order it, the part number is 5040-1735. Next is to disconnect the cables from the isolator board. However, there's one thing I should bring up first. For other instruments, as you can see in this particular instrument with the isolator board, the cable goes from one side of the isolator board to the front panel, and then another cable comes back from the control board, shown here, to the opposite side of the isolator board. For instruments that don't have any isolator boards in them, newer ones, the cable from the front panel goes directly into the control board, and there would be no bias cable. However, when you get your kit to do the conversion, all those parts, including the hardware, the GPIB board, are all included. For simplicity and make this video helpful to you, set up a rear panel, as you can see, with the GPIB board already in place, with the hardware set up, and so it could be connected easily into the instrument. In your instrument, you will be using the old rear panel that came with the instrument. There will be no connector, as shown on this, to give the stability to the GPIB board. You'll be given the connector that holds the GPIB board in place and screws to hold it in place. So that's very important to put in place because of the stability for the GPIB board. We've disconnected the isolator board from the instrument. It's time to reconnect the cables. As I said before, some of these instruments will have no isolator board and some will. The ones that don't have any isolator board when purchased, the cables that are required to connect from the front panel and the control board and the bias will be provided in the kit. So, first thing is, this is a keyed connector for the power supply, for the GPIB bias, and it's keyed, and you plug that in. The cable coming from the front panel to the GPIB board goes into J108, and it's keyed, and you plug it in. And the cable coming from the control board goes into the J107 of the GPIB board. Push your cables back in place, You may want to tie wrap them so they're neatly dressed. The connector for stability, as shown, the screw will be put in place. This is required so when instruments moved around, it's stable. And once that's done, you're complete, and you can turn the power on and get ready to do calibration if required and initialization if required. Initialization doesn't necessarily need to be done, but if customer switches his instrument from the 65 7X series to the 66 7X series, the nameplate on the front panel should be changed, and the data in the EEPROM should also be changed to reflect the new model. However, if you don't change the EEPROM, it's just something that you'll have to